Well, hello, how are you? In this live stream, I'm going to be discussing social media trends, looking back at 2025 and having a think about what's looking to be the social media trend or trends, plural, for 2026. And discuss this because I want to uh, look at this data that I have from multiple sources and use the lens of being a long form think piece creator, since that's the primary style that I create content with. So welcome. If you're new to my channel, I am Serena. I have more than 20 years in communications and media. Let's just make sure that I'm all using the right sort of microphone, because the last thing you want is this to fail and the tinny camera sound to take over. So yes, I've been in comms and media for more than 20 years. I currently create content on multiple platforms. I have a commentary channel, talks about media, politics, AI, and over here, this is all about leveling up your strategic thinking. I'm using my creative and strategic experience. I'm a chartered public relations practitioner, and I'm really into sort of long form content, into going deep rather than sort of staying on the sometimes it feels like the surface vertical. And it's probably why, actually, it's mostly why I decided to start my postgrad in my 40s. And I'm studying systems thinking. That's my master's. So all of the intros are done now. Let's get straight to this. I want to discuss this with you. I have been tuning into multiple creators, multiple sources who are uh, forecasting what is round the corner, what we should continue to do, what works, and what worked, and things to sort of be aware of for our readiness, especially our risk readiness. And I speak about that all the time because that's one of my 7 strategic zones. I have playlists of content all dedicated to each of these strategic zones. I have 7, and one of them is about risk readiness and your reputation design, so check those out. So let's look at the algorithm shift and why your followers don't matter anymore. So the sources that I have, the primary research and data, we've got Sprinkler, Social Media Trends 2026. We've got Talk Walker, Social Media Trends 2025 report, HubSpot 2025 Social Trends report, Coursera 12 major social trends, media trends in 2026, and Sendible top social media trends report for 2026. In terms of algorithm and engagement analysis, we've got WisdomAI, why follower accounts will stop predicting reach, Exceller, social media algorithms 2026, Mystic Advertising, how social media algorithms work in 2026, Hootsuite, social media algorithm guide 2025, and Measure Studio, what social media metrics you should track in 2026. It's really important to share these sources of information, these metrics. I'll find a space to put it in the description of this video. And then in terms of platform evolution, you got Net Influencer, Twitter alternatives in 2026, platform unbundling, New Voodoo. Have Bluesky or Threads dethroned X Twitter? Sendible, Bluesky versus Threads comparison. Story Chief, social media algorithms 2026. Buffer, 1.7 million posts analysis across X, Threads, and Bluesky. And then there's cultural trends. She knows best memes and social media trends of 2025. Marketing, Brew, social media trends 2025. So those are all the sources, not catch up, sources, as in the research sources. I'm going to quickly, while I'm here, pop them in the description of this video so you have them, and then you can verify for yourselves, because that's what we have to do in this day and age of a sort of a heightened need for media literacy. Let's get to it. So I have news. I have news. And the news is that I'm gonna double, triple down on my long form think piece content. That's just what I'm gonna do. Um, and why am I doing that? Because yes, the content game is a priority for me, but what's also a priority for me is my development and my authority in a space. And my development feeds the authority. And I want to feel super hot, sharp up here as much as possible, and continue to work on my reflexivity so I have time and space in between all this doing and all this churn, which is why I'm a creative, which is why I love to spend so much time in nature, and which is why I've completely embraced my introversion in my sort of neurodivergent 40s life. And so I'm going to keep doubling, tripling down on my development, and that's in academia, that's in the creative projects, the long form projects that I'm working on, and then coming over here to share with you. So that's what you can expect from me. I'm not going to be an instrument or a tool for any social media or other company for that matter, where I'm just here constantly giving you updates on what's Instagram saying now. I mean, whilst that can be useful for many, it's not useful for me. I just needed to say all of that. So we're going to talk about the follower count and how it's apparently officially dead as a metric. I mean, it's probably going to be phased. There's a behavior change bit, and then there's technically like it's got to sort of happen over a period of time. Um, Oxford declared rage bait the word of 2025. I've heard my nieces and my teenager actually say this all the time. My nephews, yeah, I suppose they are my nephews. You know, when you've got siblings who marry and remarry and then they've got children, they're like their stepkids. But okay, I mean, I've heard the kids in my fam say this word a lot. And even my teenager once said to me, "Why are you rage baiting me?" And I was like, "Actually, wasn't. I mean, it's great to use the word, but so apparently Oxford just declared rage bait as the word of 2025. What do you think? What's your opinion on that? And so if you're apparently still chasing followers in 26, you've lost. So let's explain what's actually happening. So welcome. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it. It super duper helps my channel. So I'm not just going to react to trends. I will try and decode systems behind them. And today we're analyzing the fundamental shift happening. I've got to remove this tripod. It's in my way of my elbow, and I'm trying to drink my London Nootropics mushroom adaptogenic coffee. Mm-mm-mm. So what we're doing here is we're going to try and analyze the fundamental shifts happening across every social platform, why the old rules are collapsing, and what you need to do differently in 26. And by the way, I will never just do tips and tricks. This is about looking at pattern recognition, and I believe this is what separates people from, as strategic thinkers from content consumers. So let's break this down. So apparently the follower count will collapse. Algorithms have fundamentally changed what success looks like, and they will continue to do this. According to recent analysis, over 50% of consistent viewers on videos aren't even subscribed to the creator. Think about that. More than half your audience never clicked follow me now, subscribe. Here's what's actually happening. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube now test your content with both followers and non-followers simultaneously. If it performs well in those first few seconds, distribution expands, regardless of how many followers you have. Good to know. This means, and this bit is critical apparently, someone with 500 followers has the exact same viral potential as someone with 500,000, 500,000. The playing field has been leveled based on content merit, not audience size. So, why has this happened? User behavior changed. I mentioned user behavior in a different context. People stopped clicking follow because algorithms got so good at recommendations, and following became optional. You just keep scrolling, knowing the algorithm will show you what you want. So, what algorithms actually prioritize now? Are you still with me? Hope so. Watch time and completion rates not just views. It's about watch time and completion rates, not just views. The saves and shares. Platforms like LinkedIn now factor in discussion depth, not just comment volume. That's quite refreshing to know. I don't love LinkedIn. Do you? Session value, how long you keep people in the app. Makes sense. Relevance based ranking over popularity based ranking. So, a video watched completely by 200 people will outperform one that is liked by 2,000 people and then abandoned after 3 seconds. Okay, again, makes sense. I follow the logic. Instagram even started phasing out impressions as a metric between March and April 2025, consolidating everything into views. Meta is literally deprecating the vanity metrics we've obsessed over for years. The strategic insight here: engagement quality now beats audience size every single time. Tell people that now who judge you on your follower count. Take that. So let's look at sort of platforms. Uh, let's talk about what's happened to them themselves, because this is where the institutional breakdown actually becomes visible. So Twitter didn't get replaced. It got sort of unbundled. Here's the current landscape as of early 2025. So X, Twitter, people still say Twitter or tweet, X, 600 million users, but growth has plateaued. Only added 50 million users in the past year. Maintains 26% daily usage across all age groups. Threads, do you use Threads? Exploded to 320 to 400 million users by leveraging Instagram integration. Threads added 200 million users in the past year. Currently has 33 million daily active users, but engagement can be volatile. I would never describe Threads as volatile. Mm. Let's talk about Bluesky. That app that everyone jumped to once they freaked out over Musk and X. I'm not minimizing anyone's pain or frustration. So Bluesky grew from 13 million to 40.2 million users between October 24 and November 25. Jeez, that's tripling in just over a year. Has everyone run to Bluesky app now? Quickly, get that bio up. It has 3.5 million daily active users, smaller but highly engaged. Would I? Should I? Will you? Here's what Buffer discovered analyzing 1.7 million posts. The median engagement across X, Threads, and Bluesky is exactly the same. 4 interactions per post. Remember, all the research, all the data, it's all provided in the description of this video, so you can check it out. But here's where it gets interesting. Hold on to your seats. Each platform now serves a distinct cultural function. How would you describe X's culture? X remains the hub for breaking news and polarized real-time debate. That's one way of putting it. Threads focuses on curated, community-driven engagement. It's the friendly alternative. I don't know. Threads is a bit cheesy, in my opinion. Bluesky caters to tech. Such an awful name for an app. But Bluesky caters to tech-savvy early adopters who value decentralization and customizable algorithms. I'm sorry, that sounds like a PR talking line. Bluesky caters to tech-savvy early adopters who value decentralization and customizable algorithms. I don't know about that. What do you think? What was once a unified public square has fragmented into specialized ecosystems. We just can't be one platform anymore. Each serves different strategic purposes. I mean, that's for sure. The fragmentation, not just in terms of people's opinions, but the ideology. I've done a video on sort of UK politics predictions for 2026, looking at the electoral party system, how, two parties definitely aren't dominating. I feel as if we're seeing this kind of trend in multiple facets of life, especially when it comes to power and information. So that, I think that can run, I suppose. I think that's what I was trying to say. So this bit matters for creators. According to New Voodoo's data, Gen Z has 33% daily usage on X, 26% on Threads, 21% on Bluesky. Millennials following similar patterns. You need to understand where your specific audience congregates, not to just follow the crowd. So let's look at what has dominated in 2025. If you haven't already subbed, please do. So, what has worked in 2025? Let's look at some patterns. So let's first look at AI integration becomes non-negotiable. AI moved from experimental to essential. It's now standard for content creation, social listening, audience targeting, and even predictive analytics. Platforms use AI-driven prediction systems that anticipate what you want to see before you even know you want it. 81% of marketers report seeing higher brand exposure through social media marketing, specifically because they are leveraging AI tools. Let's look at authenticity over polish. Raw, unfiltered content dominated. Really? Do you think so? Gen Z and millennials, I'm a zennial, by the way, rejected, or am I an old millennial border? Rejected overly polished posts. Are you a Gen Z or millennial who rejects over polished posts? They want genuine, relatable storytelling. User generated content became the ultimate proof of authenticity. I saw somebody say something like you're going to end up seeing some kind of watermark or stamp when something is not AI generated. Short form video continued its reign. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, these remain the preferred format. Hallelujah. But here's the key: watch time became more valuable than likes. Completion rates matter more than view counts. More music to my ears. Let's look at now brain rot and absurdist content. Oh, I do like absurdist content. Oxford literally declared rage bait as 2025's word of the year. I mentioned that at the top of the episode. Brands like Duolingo, Nutter Butter, and even Amtrak found success in bizarre, nonsensical content that mystified audiences. Why? Why was this? Because in a year of digital overload, absurdity that rejects coherence actually thrives. It's the internet getting weirder as an antidote to the serious, polarized discourse everywhere else. I mean, yeah, that tracks. So let's now look at private communities rising. This is number 5. Public feeds fragmented into smaller spaces. Discord. Ah, hi, I have a Discord. Ah, hi. I have a Discord. Please join. Just search for Serena's Playbook. Discord, Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram. These became high value engagement hubs. For example, Jack in the Box sponsored Discord service with 114,000 members to drive engagement. Hmm. London Nootropics, adaptogenic coffee. Brands are learning that loyalty is built through sustained, meaningful exchange in private communities, not broadcasting to public feeds. Come find me on Substack and Patreon. Okay, so 6 is social commerce acceleration. Shopping directly on platforms intensified. Instagram and TikTok enhanced in-app shopping features. Some research suggests 41% of online consumers made purchases from social media ads. Yes, I know. So does my Amex. As of August 2025, and social commerce is tracking toward $1 trillion globally. The pattern across all of these platforms reward content that keeps users engaged longer, in app, and interacting meaningfully. Everything else is secondary. Jeez. So now let's look at what's carrying into 2026. What stays? What changes? These are the trends that are apparently intensifying and not disappearing. AI will be even more embedded. We're moving from AI assisted content creation to full marketing intelligence, predictive analytics, automated campaign optimization, and audience segmentation that learns in real time. All the things that you used to put in your, what do you call them? pitches, your decks to clients now just get done by AI. Authenticity remains non-negotiable. Consumers are tired of polished, generic content. The demand for genuine interactions and relatable storytelling will only grow. Trust has become fragile. And platforms themselves are losing credibility. Only 14% of UK consumers believe social media companies are doing enough to moderate harmful content. Harmful content. Short form video dominance still will reign, it'll continue, but it will integrate more deeply with commerce. Oh no, shoppable videos, live shopping events, AI driven product recommendations, all of this converges. Oh, you don't want all your short videos to just become like adverts and sponsors. That would be a shame. It just kind of ruins the experience a bit. I already get quite irritated when I'm scrolling and getting my dopamine hit, and I'm seeing lots of adverts just in the way of my sort of screen flow. Oh well, augmented reality becomes standard. AR is transitioning from novelty to expected interaction. Virtual try-ons, interactive filters, 360-degree storytelling. That's just jargony way of describing storytelling. AR features have shown up to 94% improvement, in conversion rates. This will be table stakes in 2026. I mean, I'm actually going to be experimenting a lot with storytelling. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. I'll report back. Community-driven engagement deepens as algorithmic feeds become less effective at driving discovery. Private communities and micro interactions gain importance. Brands that build advocates, not just followers, will win. Brands that build advocates. Community-driven engagement. Private communities and micro intentions. Can we just go through this a little bit more? So, as algorithmic feeds become less effective at driving discovery, private communities and micro interactions will gain importance. So, private communities would be your messaging groups, if you use Discord or any channels, or even if you like have a group within, your Instagram chat. And all those micro interactions. It's not just the comment section, obviously. And so, if you're a brand and you build those kinds of advocates, not just followers, you'll win. So, again, it's going deeper. See, my predictions are just on point. Go deeper. Let's look at data privacy and social SEO. First party data strategies and transparent user content aren't optional anymore. Plus, platforms are increasingly functioning as search engines. Yes, they are. Gosh, the other night, was it yesterday or the night before? My teenager was asking who's Kylie Minogue, and I actually did a search in Instagram as I would have done on Google, and La 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 was like looking up all those songs, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So TikTok and Instagram are search engines for younger demographics. Keyword optimization in captions, hashtags, and content structure matters more than ever. Platform specific strategies required. So TikTok expanding AR capabilities, shoppable videos, AI trend insights. Instagram Reels centered. Are we going back to Reels now? So we're not doing carousels. AI enhanced editing, augmented commerce. Threads real time topic discovery, conversational engagement. Where's Substack in this? Give me some YouTube. Bluesky was social media. Bluesky decentralized, customizable algorithms for niche communities, and LinkedIn AI assisted thought leadership. Thought leadership, such a word. uh, Professional micro communities. You can't have a one size fit approach to all now. Each ecosystem requires tailored strategy. That basically means every platform requires a different approach. But we can say it using jargon. So now we're going to look at the framework, and we're going to look at it. Let's see if I can use my 7 strategic zones. Let's see. So here's your framework for 26. Number 1, optimize for attention, not followers. Focus on watch time, completion rates, saves, and shares. The first 10 seconds of your content matter more than anything else. Hook viewers immediately, hook, um, or lose them forever. I mean, that's quite a stunning warning, isn't it? Number two, design for session value. I like this description of session. Designed for session value. Don't just think about individual posts, think about how you keep people engaged with your content ecosystem. Create series, callbacks, recurring formats that train your audience to come back. You know, Instagram will just be like Netflix sooner or later. Number three, platform specific execution. Stop cross posting the same content everywhere. Whoopsie. Understand each platform's culture, algorithm priorities, and audience expectations. Tailor your approach. Oh dear, that's going to hit home quite a bit. Number four, community over broadcasting. Build spaces where your audience interacts with each other, not just with you. Foster advocates who spread your message organically, which is why I want you to come to Discord. I want you to come to Patreon. Five, authenticity as strategy. This isn't about being casual, it's about being genuine in your positioning. Show real process, real people, real stakes. UGC and employee generated content build more trust than polished brand messaging, for sure. Number six, data informed trend curation. Don't chase every trend. Use social listening tools to identify trends that align with your brand and resonate with your specific audience. Strategic trend jacking. Trend jacking, such a violent word. Not blind trend hopping. Don't do that. Be strategic in your manipulation or manipulation. Can't help it. I'll rein it in. Seven, measure what matters. Track engagement quality, retention rates, community growth, active participants, not just follow accounts. We already said that. And dark social attribution, the private sharing that happens in WhatsApp, Slack, and email. Dark social attribution. This connects to my broader framework, which is my 7 strategic zones: strategic awareness, stakeholder mapping, risk readiness, media literacy, engagement systems, North Star values, reflexivity. So here's where the conclusion happens, and I really appreciate you sticking with me. The game, of course, continues to change, but it will fundamentally change. Follow accounts are vanity metrics. Algorithms reward relevance, retention, and long sessions, and engagement quality over audience size. Platforms have unbundled. They've unbundled. Twitter's role has been decomposed across, oh shit, decomposed, just kidding, across multiple ecosystems. You need presence across platforms, each serving distinct strategic purposes. 2026 belongs, here it comes, the conclusion of this stream. 2026 belongs to strategic thinkers, and that's why you're here, to level up your strategic thinking. So I really do appreciate you. You've got to understand patterns. You've got to be a strategic thinker who optimizes for attention rather than followers, who builds communities, not just broadcasting messages. So this is the best time apparently ever to build social media presence, not despite the changes, but because of the changes. Gosh, it sounds like such a mission statement, doesn't it? The merit of individual content now determines success, not the accumulated advantage of existing audience size. So here are your action steps. Are you ready? Pen and paper as we close. Number one, you've got to audit your current metrics. Stop obsessing over follower growth. Okay, Serena. Two, analyze your completion rates, saves, shares, and watch time. Number three, map your audience across platforms. Where are they actually engaging? Four, design content. Design content for the first 10 seconds. Hook or lose. And five, build community spaces beyond your public feeds. And if you want to develop these kinds of pattern recognition skills that help you see these shifts because they're obvious or sometimes not, then please do subscribe to this channel where I don't just react to trends, I'm really analyzing the systems behind them. So drop a comment. Which of these shifts for the last 30 minutes that I've been speaking have surprised you the most? And what platforms are you focusing on in 2026? I really appreciate your time and attention. This is Serena's Playbook. I will continue to be uploading every Monday over the seasonal period. I mean, dropping multiple episodes in the week just to give you extra viewing while you're having some downtime, but it will still continue to be every Monday. This is Serena's Playbook, the place where strategic thinking is number one, numero uno, ik, one. Okay, I appreciate you so much. Do that wonderful stuff, even though follower counts and subscribers won't matter anymore. But it would help me because I'm still vain and we need the vanity metric still. So do that wonderful thing, like, comment, share. Let me know where you're listening from, what was super helpful for you. Find me on my multiple channels. There's a video today I put out about AI and curiosity and being creative. So check that out. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful new year.